Na karibu.
Asante.
Miss Mburu, good morning.
Good morning.
Caroline Kituku is my name. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning.
My name is Adam Solo, a member of this selection panel.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning.
My name is Nicodemus Bore. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Good morning, Madam.
Good
My
morning.
name is Fatuma Ali Saman, a member of the panel. Please feel welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mrs. Mburu.
Good morning.
And karibu sana. My name is Koki Muli Grinyo, and I'm a member of the panel.
Asante.
Good morning, Mary Mburu.
Good morning.
My name is Evans Misati. I'm a member of the selection panel, and we welcome you.
Thank you.
Asante.
Okay, thank you very much. We want to come to you, Mary. Kindly introduce yourself, highlight those things you think are significant in your profile that will aid in the work of the commission which you have applied for, and let us know if you are a member of any professional group or society, and if you have received any award. Please proceed.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Njeri Mburu. Sometimes I'm called Wambugo because that is my husband's name. So some of the certificates have Wambugo. My earlier certificates in high school bear the name Njeri. Njeri was a nickname. So I dropped Wa and I kept Njeri. So you find those discord in the documents. I have a bachelor's degree in agriculture and a master's degree in business administration. Very early after my first degree, one of my professors who was very fond of telling me, you don't belong to this, doing pathology and all those things, told me you belong to business. And I believed him, and immediately I finished my first degree. I did a master's degree in business administration, 1994. After that, I worked shortly with the Trust Bank. I was rising from management training all the way to becoming a credit manager, and a job I did well. And after that, I had a short stint when the former president, Kibaki, Miraria, who was the Minister of Finance, disbursed the credit of procurement officers. I got an interest when I was in the bank. And I applied to go to Kenya Pipeline. I was taken. And I did a short 18 months. And we'll discuss about why I left that. It's part of what makes me who I am, because wanting to be a person of integrity. After that, I went to USAID, and I was actually headhunted from that information that came out. And I was headhunted. I worked at USAID supporting the regional platforms in DRC, Sudan, southern Sudan, Congo. Sometimes I'll do a TDY, a temporary duty in Uganda, and all that. And then after that, 2013, I got an opportunity worldwide. They needed third country nationals to go and support critical missions which were in Afghanistan. And I applied and I was taken very high level. That's a nutshell of what I've done. The reason why I applied for this position is I look at one thing, public trust at IEBC, and I was applying for this position in the last IEBC because that is something which working with U.S. government made me have a drive, seeing the way they do their things, seeing the way public leaders hold themselves. Working with them very high level, mission directors, ambassadors, wherever we went, they held themselves in high esteem. They were people of integrity, so that is what made me feel I would want to come and improve our public trust in IEBC. Integrity of the institution, looking at why should people working together not have a unified communication? Why wouldn't they have internal disputes solved before they came to the public? If they are delivering an election, how credible is that election if together themselves they are not having their own resolution of dispute? How do you look in public? That is what drove me into that. And I have strength in procurement. We did very high-level procurement for U.S. government in USD missions, both in Nairobi, overseas, and everywhere. And the first thing that comes into my mind is you are expected to act ethically. You've got to believe that whatever else you have does not matter. What matters is how does it look in the eyes of the public. And that is what drives me into thinking that if I have those ethos, how does the public look at IEBC? I should be in the IEBC Commission so that I can emphasize or I can contribute to that public, raising up the public image of IEBC. I have, professionally, I have achieved many awards. Both in Afghanistan, I got a meritorious award. It's in my file. Both in Liberia, in Haiti, in Afghanistan, I got all awards because of contracting high level with integrity. And I also supported the budgets in congressional budget justification, writing up documents saying this is why we need this money. Thank you.
So let's come to the thing you skipped. Why did you leave Kenya Pipeline?
Kenya Pipeline is a government institution, and I joined when Muraria, former Minister of Finance, called, send everybody home, and I applied, and happened to be taken because I had not done procurement before. And I looked at what was going on. I stayed 18 months, if I'm not wrong. And it was untenable for me because the things I saw being done, I would write documents and then they are checked by somebody else. And there were a lot of things that did not please me. That time I was still very young. I had worked in a bank where the Asian bank I worked for, you were to justify everything you did. Why did you select this one, this supplier, and not this one? And why did you do this and not this one? And it was something you discuss with the people. But I found in Kenya Pipeline you don't discuss with anyone. Decisions have already been made. And it was untenable for me. I just left. I left the office one day, and I never went back. And I wrote a resignation when I went home because I thought my life was in danger.
So suppose you encounter this at IEBC, do you expect a resignation?
I did that when I was a bit younger. Now I have worked for U.S. government. I've worked for the best there is money can buy. I have grown the thick skin. I know how to do the internal dispute resolution. I know how to do a consultative decision making. Before, when I was younger, I could not go to my bosses and tell them because even going to head office, I was seated in PS10. PS10 is in industrial area. Coming to head office was a tall order. They will not even allow you. My former boss could not even give me an appointment but now I'm talking about a highly rated commission which have got people of high integrity, people who have experience, people who are maybe my age or even more or even younger. So it's up to me, the ones who are younger, to convince them because leadership is all about can I inspire you? Can I motivate you? Do I have a vision for you to follow? Is there a vision, a compelling vision, which you can follow? And am I inspiring you by how I communicate this vision? Am I motivating you? Is there a reason? Being a scholar of leadership have made me high level on top of what I was. Already I was very high level at USAID as a TCN, third country national. But now I'm even more bold that I will not bolt out. I don't bolt out. We disagree. We have to come to a consensus. Currently in board meetings, we disagree on many things like technology buying, and we discuss, and until we come to a concession. My way is not always the right. but I have to also buy other people's ideas. That is called consensus. You come with a unified communication whereby you all agree and buy to it and have responsibility over it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Linda, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Madam Mary, apart from your professional experience, which I note that is vast and exemplary work you have done for USAID, as well as being in Family Bank as an executive director, and all the experience you've got from your professional undertakings. Now, apart from that, what other key skills and competencies do you bring to IEBC, noting that the environment within which IEBC operates is a high level and high stake?
Oh, yes. When I was in the diplomatic missions, I would go to the field. For example, elections in Liberia were happening when I was there, and we were preparing as a mission. U.S. missions, USAID missions, had all these projects that are supporting whatever cause was on the high level. So when it is election time, everybody in the contracting office looks at what are these programs, what are these projects which are going to do, that how is the population. So for me, coming with an experience of having seen different I can see countries like Liberia, Afghanistan, Haiti, how fragmented they are. What brought to the fragmentation? As the technical team wrote the scope of work for me as a contractor, I was to look, is it contractable? Are these issues that are coming in the scope of work, are they the ones that we are going to contract around? Are they going to solve the issues that will come out in the elections? So for me, I'll be looking at ground level, ground zero. Where do we stand at this time? Because elections are different every time. So looking at 2027, I'm in 2025. What is it I can do early? I can start procurement process. We have the public eye looks at doing a last minute. IEBC is always doing a last minute. Why are we doing a last minute? Are there not planners there? And I'm not saying there is something wrong with that. Maybe it is the transformative, not procedural. I'm a transformative reader, not a procedural reader. Procedure you do to an extent, and that is where transformation and strategy meet. Because you can't be a transformative leader if you're not a strategic person. You've got to know what are these procedures that are going to culminate into the process, the ABC, the procurement of materials, the transmission of deployment of technology to the field, the testing, sanitizing that, the audit of the registration register, all that. Is it ready? Are we showing the public we are ready? Are we talking about, this much percentage is not being done? What are we doing as IEBC? We have to make sure, at least based on the parameters given in the Article 88, our mandate, we should be in a position to accomplish that well before. Thank you.
I have noted that you have given us two skills, or rather competencies, which is a diverse elections experience in the international fields where you've had the direct experience in countries like Liberia in the election matters, and also transformative leadership. Is there any other skills and specific skills and competencies?
Yes, financial, budgeting. Looking at does the budget reflect the reality on the ground? If somebody is giving me because as a commissioner you're not the one doing the work, it is being done by the members of the team. So you're looking at a budget. I should be in a position to tell whether this budget is adequate. Does it technically and adequate cover what we are doing? And diplomacy, how to communicate with political leaders, how to communicate with the international community. There are all those people who are in the field there monitoring the elections. What language are you, what do they read on you about how you feel about the election? So the diplomatic part of it, knowing what to say and what to say and when to say it and when to keep quiet, and also letting the other people talk, not taking the lead when you are not supposed to be the person who is in charge of communication. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. I invite Caroline to ask you some questions. Cara, please.
Thank you, Chair, and welcome once more, Ms. Mburu.
Thank you.
The Constitution provides that the regulation of the process by which political parties nominate their candidate is the mandate of the IEBC. Equally, the same Constitution recognizes that the IEBC ought to monitor the compliance with the Political Parties Act in relation to nomination of candidates by political parties. So in your view, you could explain to us, how does IEBC oversee political parties to ensure that they comply with the electoral rules during the election process?
All right. IEBC works with a number of political, a number of acts. There is Election Act. There is Political Parties Act. Ethical consideration. There are all those acts, a number of them. Now, when political parties are presenting their candidates, IEBC is an oversight body in that. We are looking at, are they within their own, just like policies. When somebody is oversighting, are you going against your policies? Are you going against the act in the political parties? Have they nominated? And if they have not nominated the political person according to their own act, then how are they going to agree with the act of the IEBC? So first of all, they have to be within their own procedurally act within their own political parties act. So they must comply with that. So the oversight there is looking at their act as an IEBC commissioner and seeing where is the gap. And if there is a gap, we'll send them back. Comply with IEBC so that when you bring this person, it sanitizes the